Okay. Um, One thing is for sure is till my last breath, I will continuously say the things I need to say. It's not gonna stop what's happening to me. I know that. Matter of fact, there's so much other people going through the same thing. But for me to continuously say what I need to say is something that I make sure is out there. So when I'm no longer there, maybe somebody's gonna hear that and it gonna feel much better. When you're a target individual, once you kind of know what's happening, not what's happening, but you understand what you're in, things changes completely. You not completely, but you start seeing things differently. You don't fall for the psyops. You don't subscribe for the BS. You know whatever experiencing you weren't experiencing naturally. This is not normal. Something's just changed. I'm processing things. I'm processing things differently. My perceptions are changing. My reactions are changing. My everything's manipulating these disturbing ways that is far from you. So you know this is not you, but because your whole ecosystem is trying to convince and make you feel guilty for what is being manipulated, you know it's like gaslighting. Try to gaslight somebody into accepting something that's falsified, and so it's tough. 2 seconds ago, something they do the pedophilia thing is nonstop. They want you to feel guilty. At this point, I don't feel guilty. It's just messed up. It's just nasty. I don't feel guilty because I know it's not me. I know it's what they forced me to experience, but it's just nasty. It's just like you don't want, like, it's just like, why? I don't, if these people cannot be like, oh, it's you. And it's like, I know it's not me, but I'm experiencing that. So I'm still feeling the nastiness of that. There was like some history. The one thing they like to do is like the pedophilia things. This the pedophilia type of torture is the things. The way they make you perceive children is crazy. It's so nasty. There was, they stimulate you. They give you reactions. All nastiness. And as always, as I make these videos, because they want you to like stick in that perception. They just say random things. Oh, you're gonna be homeless. They say these things not because they're warning you. It's because I'm talking about how they do the pedophilia things to break people down, and they want you to get like disorient you. Is this nasty? They do some nasty. So, for example, this pedophilia thing. 2 seconds ago, I was on Instagram, and it was like this post of this like two little girls, like who look like maybe like right on the 10, maybe between 9 and 8, and beautiful little girls, very adorable, pretty little girls. The way they were trying to force me to kind of start looking at them in this like, first of all in a sexual way, but like make me imagine like what for a minute I was like, it's like, are they messing with me? Like they were trying to make them look like women, and I'm looking, it's like they're kids. I'm seeing kids' body, and they try to be like, oh, you see, you looked at their breasts, because I'm trying to like, this is kids. The first thing you see is like they have, and they try to then make me like feel something about their chest that they don't have, and try to create this nastiness and create perceptions that's so disturbing toward these babies, these kids, pretty little girls, like 8, 9 years old. Now try to force me to get stimulation thoughts and perceptions that are so disturbing, to try to break you down. Nasty. And I'm playing with my libido. That is continuously done to break you down. So that's so nasty. But one thing they've done a lot too is manipulating my memories. Now, when they make you experience these things, then they try to go back and like and try to like play with your memories to say, no, you see, we mapped it. That's why you felt like that with that time. You felt like this that time. And you know, of course, it's I'm not it's very obvious that if they have the ability to manipulate the brain in so many ways, memories are just been, it's like the easiest thing to manipulate. Like, you gotta understand that's probably one of the first things they start kind of working on. So it's so obvious that memories are something they could manipulate so long ago that now, in this time, like in 2016, what you're saying, there was like some doctors wrote an ethical paper about the ethics of memory manipulation. They were talking about, and this is what you saw in my thumbnail, saying that, memory manipulation is no longer fiction and is actually becoming something real. And they called out, and this is 2016. And you understand, if this is something they're talking about today or in 2016, do you know how far back they probably were like already doing these things? Because we know that these military entities are so far more advanced than the commercial world, the civilian world. So you can only understand the level of manipulation they can have on your memories. If they're talking about the ethics of this memory manipulation, because it soon will be, and they say soon will be, it'll be something that will be an ability to do. This is a paper that I'll share the link to. This is a 2016 journal of these two doctors, and they're addressing that we are getting to the point where memories will be manipulated. Right, we're getting to that point, and this is in 2016, by the way. So it's almost how many years? 7 years. So in 2016, they were saying we're getting to the point where memory manipulation will no longer be fictional. Right, that we're going there. And then they called out, the Brain Initiative. They need like ethics around that. Brain Initiative is like I think Obama started this, where they involve multiple agencies, which include DARPA, in the Brain Initiative. You understand? But things always go back to the obvious things. This is obviously governmental entities involved in this. DARPA, in this program, is for sure drastically involved in it. It's not. This is an agency specifically there for the development of like technologies, weaponry. And it's funny that DARPA, the Department of Defense, is working on the Brain Initiative. Right, that's the biggest question. DARPA is not there to create to create technology for civilians. To create technology for civilians. DARPA is a Department of Defense agency. They specialize in defense technology. So if DARPA is working on Brain Initiative things, you better know it's going to be weaponized. And that's what they've been doing. And this is obvious. I mean, like, I'm not saying anything magical. It's just, I guess, I don't know. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's a surprise. I wasn't shocked. And this person, these people, there's a few doctors who wrote about it, and they say how they can manipulate you to experience, and it basically saying how they can imprint new version. Like, not only they can obviously get to your memories, but they can add to your memories. They can make you add things to your memories that weren't there. This is a paper about ethics, and they're very, you don't understand that this is in theory, because they say that they were able to find where the memory relies and how they can access that portion, and also can add to it. They can impose new things into it, and they can do like. And this is the medical field, the commercial medical field. So, what do you think? This is so nasty. But for me, it was just like, I know me. I know who I am. I know the changes and the experiences I'm experiencing are not happening naturally. And they try to use these bottom feeders like, we'll catch you. It's like, no, listen, you're just contracted to do these things. I understand. See, this technology is just so this advanced, and these people are involved in it, these civilians, these nobodies are involved in these governmental entities that can do so much to somebody, make them be something they're not, change them, and we're just subjects in this. Whatever psyops is being imposed onto us. No matter what BS stories that you think that, no. It's obvious what this is about. The psyop is the psyop. This is and mind you, the facades and things like that. We know who's the master of this. False flagging and psyops and who really, what entities know how to do this very well? The CIA. They were the first to work on this kind of mind manipulation back in the 60s, in the 50s. Now with this technologies, with DARPA-like technology and that can do all these things to you, this is another level. I mean, DARPA even have directed energy on their website saying that they work on pieces in this directed energy. And they were trying to say, no, what we do is just, we were able to retrieve your memory. Oh my gosh, you think retrieving, in 2023, you think retrieving memories is what they do? Oh my gosh. They are so advanced. And they want to sell this, like, no, we just find those memories. They can make you have memories that you'll never, falsify memories like that you think it is 100% your memories. Retrieving, that's probably like in the 60s, they're already probably doing that. 60s, 70s, we're able to get like somebody's memories, probably easy. Nowadays, like, how can we manipulate those in different ways? How can we change these people? We erase people and rebuild them in different ways. Depattern them and repattern them in different ways. So when they make me experience this nasty stimulation, they make me have today, my memories, I know what they've done is they went to my memory, manipulated my memory to experience what I've experienced today. Easy. Easy. And let me just say this. If civilians are talking about the ethics of memory manipulation today, that means they are so far ahead. So far ahead. And this is 2016 too. It's not even like just today. So now it's like even more of a sure thing. Saying the ethics of memory manipulations. Then even calling out, they should come up with, because of this brain initiative, which includes a lot of like federal agencies and DARPA. Ethics, some kind of ethical structure should be created. I've been making videos in 2020 about my memory being manipulated. I knew, I was like, this is false. I didn't feel that. Why am I feeling that in my memories now? You have to be strong. I understand who you are. Now, I'm not the strongest out of, like I've seen some target videos. They not faded. They're strong, like extremely. I've become stronger. I've seen some women very strong. Mariana, other women, like just strong. Just like dealing, but we also have to be realistic. We have to be realistic and understanding that this is not this whatever gimmicks and psyops that is presented in front of us. This bottom feeders who like out here saying and repeating these things, look at this. Nobody's. What do you think these people are just? Look at this. They can't even figure their things up, but they're out here manipulating you, like telling you what you're gonna experience. You think that? Come on. Fragile as they are, you think those are the people who like are here to like? No. These psyops, whatever you see, whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're hearing, these people are orchestrated by these entities that's governmental. Now, the layers, I don't know the details. Of course, I don't know that. But of course, there's probably like contractions of community. There's layers of between these people really running the show and these people implementing these things. The level of contractions and buffers, who knows? Is it somebody directly like from the government entities like running them, or maybe there's another party then who? But you understand the people running this governmental DARPA, CIA, DOD type of entities. And these bottom feeders are the civilians that they contracted. They tell them what to do. You gotta, do this and that, and everything is kind of controlled because this trash are most likely hooked to these things, and so they don't need to be like, hey, oh, go outside. No. This it's like they orchestrate them to do what they need to do, or come out and say, I dared. That's what they do. Or they know when, oh, this is a time when you need to say something. Interrupt him now. For me, I'll always see them for the bottom feeders that they are. Till my last breath, I will not let them escape. They like to call me a nothing. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm okay being this nothing. Just thank God I'm not a something like you guys. Trash. Enjoy your benefits, but this nastiness is gonna come back to you one way or another. You sold your soul to this and this pedophiles, and you thought it was gonna be free with the amount, and we try to find ways to be like, oh, we are vengeful with this person. What? The amount of women being tortured and fried up and tormented and destroyed. They're there with their kids and everything. It's disgusting. It's nasty. And then try to create this like psyops as like, oh, we're the this organism. When it's the government, their own governments doing these things. You're contracting these bottom feeders next doors of them or wherever they are. It's nasty. So I'm like, you're gonna get yours, don't worry. This listen, at the end of the day, I don't know, this is, like I said, I will never see that beside the fact that this is obviously a research development type of program. And they want a lot of people to be put in this program to improve and get this technology even better, as even more sophisticated, even more precise, even, more efficient. And so they're going to take more people out and do this thing to people because people are needed to continuously improve this technology. It feeds off the more information. People brain, the way they break down, that's information that improve this technology. It's already super advanced now. It's just continuously doing that. So I know this is research development program. I understand that. One thing I also see is this also for us target individual. You cannot help to think some kind of spiritualness about this. You cannot help. I know science. This is science. This is technology. But there's some spiritual aspect when sometimes you look at it in a different way. Like man, these people. It's just like the humiliation they've been, for me, for example, they try to paint me in something I'm not. They say, make me, the pedophilia, things like this, babies, they would try to make me look in these sexual ways and try to create perceptions and stimulating me. Well, in reality, those entities contracting these bottom fears are filled with pedophiles, which maybe is the reason why these tactics are breaking down. There's a lot of pedophilia type of torture. I don't know if that's the case, but what's the case is there's a bunch of pedophiles in these entities that are running these things. So even DARPA, they call a program manager. In this article, it shows that in the documents that there's a program manager in DARPA that was downloading child porn on his government computer. So this is the the reality is just like somehow imposing. They were trying to play this femme fatale. That was bad because there's a lot of women, right? A lot of women. I don't know the percentage, but there's a high percentage of women being tortured and put in this program. That they're gonna get a lot of. They need samples from all kind of people, women, men. So there's a lot of women too, and their children. And torture them, rape them. The way that use torture in this case is for torture for science purposes, for technological purposes. It's so nasty, but that's how they see things, and this is how these people who orchestrated this see things. They want to cause all kind of misery and torment. And it appears that that kind of result is what they're looking for this improvement. But I'm sure, because we're talking about weaponry, this is DARPA. DARPA works on defense, advanced research program, defense, technology for weapons. So misery, torture, torment, this is the things they want to get out of somebody. They want the ups and downs, to break people. Like, this is what they do. So when they do these horrible things to women, that's what they do. Pain, rapes, torture. So if they're gonna do this to me, like, I know you do this to women in so many ways, so disturbing ways, to continuously create pain and torture and torment until they die. Maybe drag it as slow as they can. Make it slow as possible. And I think, and this is just me speculating, when they do that to women, women seem to have more like will to live than men. I think men can just like lay themselves go. It's like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I don't need to survive for what. Death is gonna come either way. What? But a lot of the target individual, that are women, they have that strong will of living, of wanting to live. Like, they, it's like, I'm gonna survive and try to, so whatever I need to do, if I need to do this and that, I'll survive. So that means a long life of just studying them and seeing the different things. It's just so nasty. For me, I'm like, nah, I know it's not gonna. I know it's just not. Like, I'm not trying to. Like, I don't care about. Like, I don't want to kill myself or anything, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be like death is. I've accepted that death is something that, when it comes, it comes. I'm not scared of it. It's not something I'm fearful of. I'm not looking for it. But, like, it's whatever. But I'm just thankful. So I also, like I said, these validations that are not even really validation, it's obviousness. Like, I know, of course, I know memory manipulation is something that they've been able to do for a long time. If they're capable of doing all these things to you, your memories, manipulating them, it just, I think, if anything, it shows how far ahead it is, because now it's getting to the world of civilians and commercial world, where, just regular doctors are not talking about, what happens if people are able now to manipulate memories. We should start writing ethical aspect of it, the ethics of memory manipulations, right? And that means it's just like, there's so far that the civilian world is almost about to, like, the commercial world is about to have the ability to do that. It's going to come to the commercial world soon. And if it comes to the commercial world soon, it means it's been so long in the military world, in this, Department of Defense world, for so long that finally the commercial world is kind of catching up a little bit. It's just kind of like coming to that level. So when I was making videos about they manipulate my memories to feel this way, this is that, is like, of course I know it's for sure they do that, and I'm not the only one saying that. Other target individuals literally say that informations are implanted and brought back as if they're my memories. Personality are implanted in my memories. That's the nasty thing to do. For me, I'm like, I'm ready. For whatever's next. Now, as in regard to my purpose and the people around me, they're here talking about how I look forward to seeing them in person. I truly do. I truly do. I will not be coy or anything. They know. Truly, I'll go there. I know my purpose. So to all my target individual, stay strong. Understand what this is about. Understand who really is running the show. Do not let that escapism of reality they want to put together, just the psyops. Do not subscribe to that. Know yourself. Know who you are. Know this manipulation is what they can force you to experience. This is how sophisticated this technology is. Know your memories that can be played with at any point. They can make you experience like you had to just understand that, and understand that these entities are running the show. Forget about the psyop, your next door neighbors or whoever. They're just the bottom feeders. So to all my target individuals, stay strong.